He's a much bigger guy. He's a really good wrestler, and he's a nasty striker, and he's also a kind of a fucking savage. Like he's
not kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like a
Totally.
real savage, not like pretending. Like when he fought Michael Johnson in his UFC debut, he just threw himself at Michael Johnson, and he did the same thing with Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah,
the Paddy Pimblett fight, he could have fought that fight a lot cleaner.
Yep.
And he just said, I'm just going to walk you down and just blast you every chance I get and break you up.
Arman Tsarukyan bet $1 million on Justin Gaethje to defeat Ilia Topuria, to shock the world, to become the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. And if he wins, he gets $5.7 million.
Take this, Justin. Take it. Actually, I thought he was a great guy, but since he crossed the personal line, he's not gonna have my respect. He's not gonna have my team's respect. All I'm gonna need is 2 minutes in the octagon with you. Then I'm gonna put you to sleep in front of your whole family, your country, in front of everyone.
Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you, something did change because Justin Gaethje went off on Ilia Topuria and said some crazy things here. Here's a quote from Fox Sports, I think this is Australia. Quote, "All that guy is a gimmick. He calls himself the king. He thinks he's a god. What an annoying little bastard. I couldn't imagine being in a room with him for 30 minutes listening to him talk about himself. All I can say is this, I would leave him. That's all I'm saying. No way I would put up with his
It's getting personal. And look, I remember we read the quote. I don't know if he was asked, what the context was, but I do feel like a general rule of thumb should be no mom talk, no dad talk, no husband or wife talk. Like, just leave that stuff out of it. But I don't know if he was prompted. I don't know if he was baited. I don't know what the actual, so I don't want to rip Justin for that. But very clearly, Ilia feels some sort of way, and I don't blame him.
Joe Rogan said Justin Gaethje has all the tools to trouble Ilia Topuria, especially his leg kicks, uppercut, and size advantage. He called Justin Gaethje a real savage with non-stop pressure. Rogan believes Gaethje's aggression and wrestling make him very dangerous. With his last dance motivation, he may be more focused than ever.
The skills that he has, the wrestling that he has, and the size, he's a lot bigger than Ilia.
You know, I asked DC and Dustin both yesterday on my show. Why do you think people were overlooking Justin?
That's a good question. I mean,
when I look at Gaethje, I'm like, he's got all the tools and the weapons. Ilia Topuria is heavy on the lead leg. Justin Gaethje's got a heavy leg kick. He's got a great uppercut. He's fighting the shorter fighter in Ilia Topuria.
He's a bigger guy.
He's a way bigger guy.
He's not making 145 ever.
No.
He's a much bigger guy. He's a really good wrestler, and he's a nasty striker, and he's also a kind of a savage. Like he's
not kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like a
Totally.
real savage, not like pretending. Like when he fought Michael Johnson in his UFC debut, he just threw himself at Michael Johnson, and he did the same thing with Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah,
the Paddy Pimblett fight, he could have fought that fight a lot cleaner.
Yep.
And he just said, I'm just going to walk you down and just blast you every chance I get and break you up.
Michael Bisping reacted to reports that Arman Tsarukyan placed a massive $1 million bet on Justin Gaethje to beat Ilia Topuria. He called it a bold and high-risk move considering Topuria's undefeated streak and elite finishing ability. Still, Bisping noted it shows strong confidence that Gaethje could pull off a shocking upset on fight night.
And Justin Gaethje, rightly so, is a big underdog, okay? Coming into this one, Ilia Topuria, the two-weight division champion, the undefeated phenom, the man that thinks he's a god, the man that Justin Gaethje is going to humble, in his humble opinion.
Because I get to bring him down and, let him know that he's just a human like all of us.
Well, Arman Tsarukyan, a guy that could have or would have been the backup fighter, but he refused that. He said apparently he's going to go wrestle RAF. I don't know what he's doing. You get a chance to be the backup fighter, you got to do it. Certainly when you're Arman Tsarukyan, the guy that's trying to get back in the good graces. Of course, he punched a fan. He pulled out of the Islam fight.
He feels like he is not healthy enough to compete.
He headbutted Dan Hooker. Of course, now he's refusing to be the backup fighter. And now, on top of all of that, he's gone out and he's bet $1 million on Justin Gaethje to defeat Ilia Topuria, to shock the world, to become the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. And if he wins, he gets $5.7 million.
He didn't come up here to a place to where it's just a bunch of people. He came up here to a family. And that's what Onyx is. That whole group that's there, it's just one big old family. And it just keeps growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger and funner and funner. This is the biggest fight of his life, but I mean, we've said that 3 or 4 other times. So he's fighting another little short guy, and he's done really well against Chandler and Faziev and a few of the others, and I just see the same thing happening for this fight. I mean, this is what we trained for. This is what he's put his whole life into since he was 4 years old, and I'm excited and ready for it to happen.
Have you faced anyone like Justin in terms of your MMA career? Maybe a wrestler who likes to strike, a guy who has kicks like that?
Every fighter is different. They bring different styles inside the octagon. I never faced anyone like Justin. He's a legendary fighter. I like him as a fan, and I always love to watch all his fights because they all very entertaining. Yeah, but when you talk about like me fighting him, yeah, as I told you before, I don't see any possibility for him.
So when you look at Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski and some of the pitfalls that they fell in against Ilia Topuria, is there one thing worth avoiding with this guy? You don't have to answer a game.
It's obviously position. It's position.
Yeah.
But if they got, I said it earlier, they got compromised. They got put on their back foot. They got put on their heels on his second shot when he was in the middle of a 5-punch combination. That's something that I cannot do.
Yeah.
I will move forward this fight. I've told you before, you said it during my last fight. I do believe that you have to move forward. And if that puts me into more dangerous positions, then I have to do that still.
Daniel Cormier believes Justin Gaethje needs to return to his old style, especially using heavy kicks to control the pace against Ilia Topuria. He warned that Topuria's wide, power-heavy boxing stance makes him extremely dangerous in close-range exchanges. Cormier praised Topuria's incredible run, calling it one of the most impressive stretches in combat sports after wins over Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira. Despite that, he admitted Gaethje faces a very tough challenge in this matchup. Still, Cormier believes Gaethje thrives under pressure and lives for moments like this. MMA analyst Wade reacted to the controversy, saying Justin Gaethje's comments were surprising and unusual. He noted that while Ilia Topuria's personal life has been publicly turbulent, it still raises questions why Gaethje involved himself in it. Wade also pointed out that UFC trash talk has become increasingly aggressive and often crosses old boundaries. In his view, even controversial remarks are now seen by many fans as part of the modern fight promotion game. The war of words between Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria has escalated into deeply personal territory. In a fiery interview with Fox Sports Australia, Gaethje mocked Topuria's recent divorce while also questioning his confidence and attitude. He said he calls himself the king, he thinks he's a god, before adding harsh criticism of his personality and mindset. The comments quickly sparked controversy across the MMA world, adding even more tension to their highly anticipated UFC showdown.